Okay, so last time I did a video, I was working on finishing up my Elite controller build. As you can see, the update here is that I got a new faceplate, and all of my kit came in to swap everything over to the Elite thumbsticks and paddles. This kit is off of eBay, just all black. Works exactly the way that the standard kit does. You can see right here. I just think it looks much nicer. Now, when I first got this set up, I went ahead and drilled the hole for this black faceplate. I'm not happy with it. So, taking another faceplate, and I'm using a different template. So you can see up here, this is off of the original Elite shell, and I just trashed these, and then on the back of it went ahead and just used an X-Acto knife and some cutters and took all of the ridges and any type of mounts or bumps and features so it'll mount flush. By taking some spare buttons that I had and taping them into the back, and then just setting this part onto the controller and taping it down, we can get a much more accurate template and hopefully clean up that opening a little better than this one right here, which I'm not too happy with. So, now that we've got everything taped in place, I'm just going to use my X-Acto right here, scribe the front of this faceplate, and then take away all the unneeded plastic. Just make sure you can see how nicely everything lines up with those buttons in place. You can see this this controller is painted. The plastic is white. That will actually make this a little bit easier of a task. I'm going to leave the buttons in place. That way I can get on here and just drop the faceplate back down every once in a while that I made my template out of, which you can see here. I'll just check every once in a while, make sure that the fitment is going the way that I want it to. So, Dremel here, and an assortment of bits. So I'm going to take, this is an engraving bit, which isn't exactly the type you would normally use, but it's a lot smaller, so it should work. Just use a flat file just to clean everything up. Okay, looks pretty good. One thing I'm not too happy with is that the paint chipped, and obviously since this plastic is white, you can now see down in there, but we can fix that. I'll just grab some black modeling paint and touch it up. Okay, so now our controller is all touched up, and once that dries, it should be ready to put onto the controller. Alright everyone, I'm just going to wait for this touch-up paint to dry. As you can see, here's the standard Elite controller template that I made out of the old faceplate. And here's my drilled one. I'd say it looks pretty good. Once this is all dried up, I'll get it put onto my controller, and that'll be the final version of my One X Elite Xbox controller. I've been playing just with this setup, even with my ridiculously oversized gap for the switch, and everything works perfectly fine. All the buttons, all the triggers, all the bumpers. I replaced the motherboard in this particular controller shortly after that showed up, and I haven't had any issues. I want to say, all said and done, excluding the fact that I bought a second faceplate because I ruined the first one, this controller probably cost me somewhere around $50 to $60 to build. And that's the broken Elite controller, the thumbstick and paddle set that I showed over here, and then the new faceplate and a broken 1S controller. So for about the same price as a regular Xbox wireless controller, you can build yourself an Elite controller that uses the improved 1S and 1X shoulder and trigger buttons. I'd love to hear your comments on what you guys think about this on the video. Please like, subscribe for more interesting projects, and if you want this template, either you can very easily make one for your own project if you have a Elite controller. Pretty much just cut it out, make sure you keep the X, the menu, the start, and this side button, and then the top and the bottom so that you can tape it on. But then you have to carefully remove all of the back pieces, the post for the controller faceplate, which I have right here, as well as all the little ridges and bumps that are on this, so it sits nice and flush up on the face of the controller, like this. If you guys want, I'd be more than happy to just mail this to someone, since I probably won't need it again. That's all I've got for today.